Are you having a tough time building up the size of your arms? You can't get your biceps or triceps to grow? If so, I'm gonna be explaining to you guys the top 4 biggest mistakes that guys make that are preventing the arm gains from coming. Check it out. Okay, the biggest mistake that guys tend to make when they're doing any type of arm exercise is something that mimics this. So they're performing the repetitions, you know, they're getting the repetitions, they're popping the weight up there. I think everything's going good. But what am I doing wrong here? Now, if you notice how much my body's actually swinging to get this weight up here, I'm using a lot of momentum to get this weight up. They are using weights that are just absolutely way too heavy. As a consequence, they need to use their body to help them lift the weight up. As opposed to when you do a nice concentrated curl with proper form, nice slow tempo, you're really recruiting the entire muscle. You see, what we're trying to aim to do is strictly use the bicep. Get that muscle under as much time and attention as possible. When you're swinging the weight like this, and you're just getting the repetitions like that, you're not getting very much time and attention for your biceps. It's more like a whole body exercise at that point. So make sure those are nice, slow, and controlled motions. And if they're not doing that, then they might also be doing something that looks a little bit like this. Come up here, and then come back down. And that's what they think is a full repetition. Full repetition would look like this, straight arm at the bottom. See, most guys think they actually are doing truly strict bicep curls. What I'd like you to do this is the best tip I could ever give you. The personal trainer mentality. You wanna critique yourself as if you're trying to look for things that are wrong in your form. So, you know, you might see yourself curling and you're trying to find things wrong. You go, wait, hold on. That's not going down all the way. Let's go, oh, there you go. And then come back up. Or hold on, you're swinging the weight. Come on, stabilize. Look in the mirror, try and find the things that are wrong. Make sure you're getting full range of motion and you're not swinging the body to get the weight up. Thing number 2, you're not pushing to failure. A lot of guys just do 4 sets of 10 on any type of bicep exercise, and that's it. 10 reps. For some reason, they think the number 10 is just gonna magically give them gains. That is not the case. What you need to be doing on at least the last 1 or last 2 sets of each bicep exercise, or any actually exercise for any muscle group, is to get to failure. So what a failure rep would look like would be like this. Let's say I'm curling, I'm getting my 7th rep here, and I'm just gonna use 10 as an example here. So let's say their 7th rep looks like this, and they can just barely get it up, and they got it. Rep 8, they can just get it. Rep 9 might look, you know, they can't quite get it up all the way, but they still try. And then rep 10 just, and they're trying here and they're stuck, and then they can't get it up. And then what I like to do is I like to enforce the fact that this truly was a failure rep. I like to pump out, you know, 2 or 3 failure reps, half reps, just to try and pump out a little bit more time and attention for the biceps. So if you're not hitting that failure point on each and every single set, or sorry, the last 1 to 2 sets, then you're not giving your body a reason to grow. The reason that your body grows is because once you hit these points when you can no longer lift the weight up fully, your body and your mind take that into account and they go, okay, he's not able to lift this kind of weight, so I'm gonna need to grow and strengthen in order to adapt to this type of weight. You need to take into account these things that your body is signaling throughout itself in order to hack the way that results are attained. So when you hit failure, the body goes, oh, I can't lift this weight, I need to grow. As a result, you grow and you strengthen. Okay, thing number 3, you guys are doing like the exact same exercises over and over again. And this is a rut that I've been caught in myself. So back in the day when I was trying to get my shoulders up, the only exercise I would do was just lateral flies. 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10, every single week. I might do them once a week, twice a week. That's about it. 4 sets of 10, 4 sets of 10. And I would wonder why the hell are my shoulders not growing? I started digging around on forums, trying to find articles, and eventually it said you need to shock the muscles. You gotta change things up because your body adapts to what you do and it stops growing because it has no reason to grow. So instead of just doing the dumbbell lateral raises, what I started doing was I started to add in some dumbbell shoulder presses or some overhead presses too on the barbell. I started adding in more repetitions, so you guys know I like to do those 20 rep sets to shock the muscles because, you know, normally you're performing 10 rep sets. When you do a 20 rep set, like 4 sets of those to failure, and you do it for a couple weeks in a row, that, for example, will actually stimulate so much muscular growth. So that could be one thing that you do. Another thing you could do would be, just like I said, switching up the exercises, adding in more volume to your exercises too. So as opposed to just getting, 4 sets of 10, try doing like 6 sets of 10 or 8 sets of 10. Instead of just doing the dumbbell lateral raises, like I said, try the overhead presses. You gotta change these things up because like I said, your body will adapt, and once it adapts, the gains are over. Constantly keep the body guessing. You don't need to do this every single week, but do it after about 3 or 4 weeks or when you notice the gains start to slow down a bit. Throw in a new exercise, throw in a new rep or set scheme, and then watch the results come pouring in. Okay, the last tip, this one is probably the most important, progressive overload. Progressive overload either means you're overloading the body with more weight each and every single week. So let's say that I was doing dumbbell shoulder press here. The week prior, I was able to get it with the 60s, and now this week I'm gonna try with the 65s. Well, that right there is progressive overload. I'm lifting more weight than I did the week prior. And you can also do it with sets and reps too. So let's say I got 4 sets of 5 reps with the 60s doing the dumbbell shoulder press. This week I'm gonna do 6 sets of 5 reps for the dumbbell shoulder press. I've overloaded because I've added in more sets. You can also do it with just the reps too. So, you know, like those 20 rep sets like I was saying. So let's say normally I do sets of 10, 4 sets of 10 for the dumbbell shoulder press. Now I'm gonna try to do 4 sets of 15 of the dumbbell shoulder press using the same weight, progressive overload. The more you keep progressively adding on weight, repetitions, sets, your body's gonna adapt and it's going to grow that way. So every time I would do that for my biceps or my triceps, the growth was just unrelenting and it just came in like a floodgate. Shock the muscles, progressively overload the muscles. Push the sets to failure, you know, the last 1 or 2 sets, and apply a full range of motion and proper use of form so that you're completely targeting the muscle that you're trying to target. You're not incorporating, you know, other muscle groups to help you lift the weight up. Combining all 4 of these tactics simultaneously for your biceps and triceps, your arm growth is just gonna be absolutely insane. Try and put at least like 2 of those things together for the next 2 to 4 weeks, and the growth you notice on your arms is absolutely insane. So there you guys go. There's 4 of the main reasons that guys have a tough time building mass on their arms. If you guys enjoyed the video, then be sure to give it a like down below, and also be sure to subscribe for weekly workout tips and nutrition tips that you won't want to miss. Thanks so much for watching, guys. See you in the next video.